Hey future leader, welcome to Cognitive Mind. Today in this video, we're going to discuss about the Versant test. Versant has been taken by almost all the companies today, and this is the maximum filtration round. So in this video, we're going to discuss about how to clear the Versant test, what are the important notes which you have to focus before you give the test. Also, by end of the video, I will give you the link to practice the Versant test. Also, how to check your Versant test within 2 minutes. So let's see the next slide of the video, and we're going to discuss about Versant test together in detail. Okay leaders, we're going to discuss about Versant test in detail. Versant has been derived by Pearson. Pearson is a UK international company which is responsible to design a lot of educational content for school, colleges, university and corporates. Now the question is why Versant round is taken and what is Versant test? Firstly, Versant is a machine oriented test. That means there won't be any person who's going to take your interview. This is a completely machine oriented test. So you will talk to the machine and the machine would capture your voice and give you the score. Second, why Versant round is taken? Versant round has been taken in order to filter the candidate on the basis of their spoken English communication, because almost all the industries, either it is domestic bank, international bank, as well as international call centers, domestic call centers today have introduced this test, which is Versant. And Versant has been used to filter the candidate on the basis of 4 aspects of spoken English communication. First is your pronunciation. Pronunciation means when you pronounce the word, either it is proper or no will be checked by the machine. In my early days, I used to mispronounce the words. For example, honest. Honest is a wrong pronunciation. It is honest. Also, we commonly mispronounce development. It is development. So these are the common mispronunciation which we do. So when you read the sentence or repeat the sentence or you convey your thoughts, just watch your pronunciation. Pronunciation plays a very vital role to score best in the Versant test. Second most important is your fluency. Fluency means when you speak, you need to be fluent. That means whatever you are talking should be captured by the machine properly. So fluency plays a very vital role. Third is your sentence mastery. Sentence mastery means this test has been designed to read and repeat the sentences majorly. So when you read the sentence or when you repeat the sentence, your sentences should be proper. You shouldn't have any mistakes. So you have to focus when you read the sentence or repeat the sentence. Fourth is your vocabulary. Vocabulary means word order. Word order means when you frame the sentences or reframe the sentences, you do not have to make grammatical error. If you make any adjective or tenses error or verb adverb error, then certainly your scores would go down. So vocabulary plays a very vital role. So hence this test is been taken. Hence this test is checking your 4 aspects of spoken English communication, and due to which many companies have introduced this test. So now we are clear what is Versant test and why Versant test is taken. Before you begin with the Versant test, there are a few checklists which you need to have with you. First, you need to have an Android phone with you. That means you cannot give the test through iPhone or Apple or iOS. So ensure that you need to have an Android phone, because iOS usually do not support third-party application and your test may get stuck in between. Sometimes it works on iOS, sometimes it doesn't. So ensure that you need to have an Android phone with you. Do not take a risk by giving the test through Apple or iOS. Second most important is you need to have a wired earphone. There should be a wired earphone present with you with an inbuilt mic. Do not use Bluetooth. In my experience of last 5 years and 10 years of recruitment, I have seen many candidates, those who use Bluetooth or AirPods, and they lose out on their score. In order to have a better score, you need to have a wired earphone with you with an inbuilt mic with it. Because when you talk to the machine, your all words should be captured properly. For example, if you are not talking with the mic, you can hear my voice, this is not clear. Now, let us understand how you will sound with mic. So with mic, you will sound like this. It would be fluent. So machine would be able to capture your voice properly. Third important is you need to be in a no disturbance area. Why? Is because Versant Test has been designed in such a manner that your mic would capture all the surrounding voice. So there shouldn't be any disturbance around you. If there is any disturbance, then you will end up losing the scores. So ensure you need to have this three things with you before you start the test. First, you need to have the Android phone. Second, you need to have a wired earphone. Third, you need to be in a no disturbance zone. So once you have this three, now we can begin with the Versant test. To give you a better explanation of the Versant test, we will understand with the sample test. If you can see in front of your screen, we have a Versant sheet for you. This is a sample test. If you can zoom in, there is a test identification number which is mentioned on the right top corner of the screen, which is in our example is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is just an example. For your test, every test identification number would be unique for each test. There is also a landline number which is mentioned on the left hand side, but you do not have to pay attention on that because today all the Versant test is being used by the TIN number. You can download the application which is Versant Test, which is readily available on the Play Store, and you can put your TIN number to start the test. Without wasting our time, now let's go ahead and understand the Versant Test in detail. Let's begin with part A, that is reading. If you can see, into the reading part, we have the first, that is traffic is a huge problem in Southern California. The machine would ask you to read the sentence number 1 and you read. Then the machine would ask you to read sentence number 2. The ended city has no coherent mass transit system. This is a sentence number 2. In this manner, there would be around 10 to 12 sentences depending on the test. Section A is pretty easy. This is just a reading. When you read, keep the mic towards your mouth, be loud and be clear. Do not shout, just be little slow and be little clear. Ensure that your own words, what you are talking, is being captured by the machine properly. Now let us begin with section B. Section B is to repeat the sentences after the machine. Into our example, we have leave town on the next train. Once the voice says, you will repeat after the voice. Leave town on the next train. Let us take one more example. Would you like to start your free trial today? And you say, would you like to start your free trial today? In my experience, I have seen people are getting stuck in section B. Section B feels tough for many people because when the machine says, the machine will talk with accent. And if there is an accent, there will be high chances that you will miss out on the words. So ensure to pay your 100% attention. Close your eyes, pay your 100% attention. And when you repeat these sentences, ensure to capture the maximum what you hear from the machine. Do not mispronounce and do not say the wrong sentences. I have seen many people brief wrongly when they tell people to talk anything if they do not hear. This will lose your score. So ensure do not do that. There will be around 8 to 12 sentences which will be read. Ensure that you understand and read properly. Okay? Even if you do not understand 2 to 3 sentences, please leave it. Even if you repeat out of 12, 8 sentences, it is fine. Still you will score good. Now we move to the section C. Section C is questions. Let us understand together. Please just give a simple answer to the question. This is very easy. Over here, you just have to give simple answer to the question. For example, a voice says, would you get water from a bottle or a newspaper? And you say, a bottle or from a bottle. Let us take one more example. Would you get a computer in an office or in a park? Precisely, you will say in an office or a office. It is that simple. This is a very easy section of the Versant test. You just have to pay 100% attention and you have to answer to the question. Then we have section B. Section B plays a very vital role. Section B is to reframe. So this is sentence build. Over here you have to rearrange the word group into sentences. Let us understand with an example. A voice says, was reading my mother her favorite magazine. And you say, my mother was reading her favorite magazine. So in this manner, there will be around 10 to 12 or more perhaps Broken sentences or broken words, you have to reframe with the proper sentence. After section D, we have section E. Section E is storytelling. Over here, you will hear three brief stories. Each story will be spoken once, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 30 seconds to retell the story in English. Try to retell as much of the story as you can, including the situation, character, actions, ending. You will hear another beep at the end of 30 seconds. So, in this section, you will hear a story between two people. Perhaps there would be a conversation between two people, and you have to listen it very carefully. After you listen to the conversation, you will have to speak for 30 seconds. Over here, it is very important to have a pen and paper with you because you do not have to retell the complete story which you hear from the machine, but you have to form your own story. How you will form your own story? So when you hear the conversation of the machine, please write the name, character, situation, ending, whatever you can. Maximize thing. After you write down all the details, when you retell for 30 seconds, use those details to frame your own sentences because it is almost next to impossible to say exactly what machine said. It is okay, still you will score better. In the same manner, there will be more to conversation, more to stories which will be spoken by the machine. You have to pay your 100% attention, close your eyes, have a pen and paper with you so that you can download all the information which you are hearing from the machine. So in this section, the machine is checking a spontaneous response. So you need to be very much responsive, you need to be very much communicative. When you talk about story, frame your own story, use the situation, character, ending, and all the information which you have noted on the paper. After section E, we come to the last part of the assessment. This is section F. Section F is open questions. Let us read together to have a better understanding. You will hear two questions about family life or personal choices. Each question will be spoken twice, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 40 seconds to answer the question. You will hear another beep at the end of the 40 seconds. In section F, the machine would ask you to talk on a topic. This would be 40-second free speech talk into which machine is checking your vocabulary. Vocabulary means your word order. That means how you are using your spoken English communication, how you are using your grammar to frame the sentences. So ensure when you speak for 40 seconds, you shouldn't make any pronunciation error. Also watch your grammar when you speak. Let us take an example. The machine says, if you get an opportunity to become farmer and engineer, what would you choose and why? And you can simply choose one and you can speak on that. For example, if I get an opportunity to choose amongst farmer and computer engineer, I would love to choose computer engineering. According to me, both professions are equally important, but it is important to follow your passion. I'm a tech savvy person. I love computers. That is the reason why I would like to choose computer engineering because this is one passion which has been followed since from my childhood. Also to add, the world is moving towards artificial intelligence. It is very important to have a knowledge about computers because the world is having a great drift towards the artificial intelligence. Hence, I would like to choose a computer engineering. So that's how you can portray. Oh, you understand. This is a machine. This is not a machine. This is not an in-person interview. So when you're talking to a machine, you just have to be loud, clear, and your words should be proper. Still, you will score really good. I have seen there are companies who require score of 60, 65. That is the average score which every company require. It starts from 50 to goes up to 65. That's a passing score. It depends now on for which company you are applying. Today, almost all companies are taking Versant. So ensure to watch this video carefully. If you do not understand in one, please re-watch this video so that you can have a better understanding. And to all the female, those who are soft spoken, just be loud and clear. This is because in my experience I have seen many females, those who carry really good spoken English communication still are facing trouble to clear the Versant. This is most common amongst females. So ensure that when you are giving the Versant test, be loud and be clear. You have to be that much clear that the machine should capture all the words what you are talking so that you should get the better scores. To check the score, as I have promised in the start of an interview, As I have promised in the start of the video, if you want to check your score, you have to click on the link which is given in the description box. That would take you to the page of Pearson Versant score. Over here, put your TIN number, which is test identification number, which is given on your Versant sheet, and you will be able to check your score. And to have a practice of the Versant test, download this application. This is freely available on Play Store. This is a Versant app. Over here, there would be an option to give a sample test. There will be two options. Do you have team? Yes, no. You will select no, and then you will be able to give the sample test. I request you to give at least 2 to 3 sample tests before you appear for your actual interview, so that you will have confidence to speak. Also, you will have good scores in your actual test. So ensure to give your test nicely. Please come back and comment down your score. If you feel I have added value through this video, requesting you to please like and subscribe and share to someone who is going for the next interview. Below you will also see videos which will be related to interviews. Please watch this video so that you can have a better understanding and you will be much more confident when you walk in for your next interview. Thank you.